All right, folks, welcome to Haws Gymnasium. I have with me Coach Mike Chumbler. Coach, tell us something about that heartbreaking loss.
It was a tough loss. We had a chance. The kids showed a lot of heart. We dug ourselves a deep hole, and when you dig yourself a deep hole, sometimes you don't come out on top. But they showed a lot of character and heart by coming back.
Had a chance to win it at the end there.
Absolutely. We missed one. Pablo missed one in the paint that he'll hit 9 out of 10 times. And I'll take him shooting that shot every time. It didn't fall our way.
All right, we're playing the Shawnee Saints. Tell us something about this team.
They're athletic. They're quick. I probably know them better than any team we'll play, just because Cam plays there, and I know a lot of these kids. I'm very familiar with the coaching staff. It'll be our biggest test today.
Well, then you have a perfect game plan then, right?
Yeah, sure.
That's the first time I've ever seen you really red.
Well, you got a bald head and get red sometimes.
All right, we'll see you at halftime.
Okay, thanks.
Let's take a 30-second break. This West Kentucky Star basketball action. All right, folks, we're back here at Haws Gymnasium. I'm here with my running buddy, Jake Scott. Jake, this will be the toughest contest, the toughest team they played this year.
Absolutely. Shawnee, they're a great team. This is a big rivalry game for us. Just 45 minutes away, something like that. So it's going to be a tough battle to see how we come back from a 1-point loss on Monday night up in Louisville.
Yeah, that was. I saw a little bit of the coaches show, and they showed a little bit of the court, and that was an odd-looking configuration.
I heard it was almost a church basketball gym. So we're going to be able to get up and down the court here this evening. I'll start off with the starting lineups for both teams. From the Shawnee Community College, we have number 3. He is a freshman guard, Javante Ellis. Number 12, he is a sophomore guard, Darius McGoy. Number 23, he is a freshman guard, Michael Miller. Number 32, he is a sophomore forward, Jay Harvey. And number 33, a freshman guard, Ralph Bellamy. And for the home team on the scoreboard, your West Kentucky Tech Stars, starting at number 0 from St. Louis, Missouri, Anthony Lee. Number 11 from Venezuela, Kilder Gonzalez. Number 20 from Fancy Farm, Kentucky, Jake Williams. Number 21 from Belknap, Illinois, Andy Walchrist. And number 24 from Brazil, Pablo Bianchi.
I like Pablo.
I like saying his name.
I like Pablo. Pablo has a smooth shot. He can hit it from just about anywhere.
He's a great kid, too.
Oh, yeah.
He really is.
A real good kid.
Yeah, love watching him play.
Yeah. We're going to have our hands full, but
absolutely.
I just think we are ready to play this game.
Absolutely. We have Andy at 6'7" and Lawrence inside at 6'8". They're huge. They have all their guys are about that size. So it's going to be tough to see how we match up down in the paint for sure.
Well, I'll tell you, we have a couple that play big and a couple that don't. And we'll see how it works out. All right, let's take a minute break. This is West Kentucky Star basketball action.
The WKCTC Clemens Fine Arts Center presents its 2015-16 Arts in Focus season. Winona and the Big Noise, Stories and Song. Patty Griffin, Sarah Watkins, and Anaya Mitchell. Barrage 8. For tickets, visit artsinfocus.org.
All right, folks, back here at Haws Gymnasium, and I'm looking at the starting lineup, the height. They go 6'5", Ellis is 6'5", McGoy is 6'5", they're 6'2", Mike Miller, 6'9", and 6'5", Jay Harvey and Ralph Bellamy. They have some pretty good size there.
Absolutely. You know, they go, even their point guard is huge.
And we'll let you listen to announce our team.
At guard, number 20, Jake Williams. At guard, number 11, Kilder Gonzalez. At forward, number 24, Pablo Bianchi. And in center, number 21, Andy Walton.
We've got a few people that, for instance, Anthony Lee is 6'4", Kilder Gonzalez 6'3", he plays bigger. Jake Williams 6'4", he's a shooter. Andy Walquist is playing good, he's 6'7". And Pablo Bianchi plays a little bit taller than he is, he's 6'4".
You know, when you talk to Coach Chumbler, Kilder Gonzalez, he really, you know, Coach Chumbler really talks highly of him, just the way he plays inside. You know, he plays a whole lot bigger than what he is, listed at 6'3". It'll be interesting here to see who gets a tip here. Andy, he can just jump out of the gym.
And it goes to the Saints. And he dribbled it off his foot. Bianchi has it. Coming down the court in a hurry. Kilder Gonzalez comes in, gives it over to Lee. Lee, three-point shot, no good. And they crashed the boards that time. They look good on the boards.
The last home game, we barely boxed out any at all.
Layup for Michael Miller. Awful easy layup.
We're going to have to cut down on those this evening.
Man to man. And we have a tie-up ball. That'll go over to us. Be the Stars, and they're picking up all over the court. They're going to play a tough man-to-man. That was an easy call. That's one on Wallquist.
That's right, Michael Miller. He's playing both ends of the court right now. Had that layup. Got this charge call right there. He was set for days.
Yeah, that was an easy one.
So was that one.
Boy, I'll tell you. I guess we mess up, they mess up, and I guess that's even. All right, Lee bringing it down the court.
Want to try to be a little more controlled there with the drive,
And
Anthony Lee.
We have a foul on number 3. That's Javante Ellis. I didn't see that. Did you see it?
I did not.
Jake Williams.
You know, Jake Williams got a little padding there on his elbow this evening.
Yeah.
Hope that don't affect his shooting stroke.
We're not under control yet. I'll tell you, boy, that was interesting. Ends up being a layup for Jay Harvey.
We're going to have to crash the boards. Box out.
Kilder Gonzalez back to Jake Williams.
The Stars just in a little 4 out, 1 in. Look.
Layup by Lee. That was a nice shot.
That was a very strong move compared to the last one when he came in there uncontrolled.
Now, I was told the last time the Saints played, Shawnee Saints played, that they missed 2 outside three-point shots and never made one. That's what I understand anyway. So I'd say you just play them a little loose on the outside. Walker's turned his back. You can't turn your back on the man.
Yep, that was Michael Miller with a 2-point shot. He has 4 so far.
Anthony Lee, nothing.
We're going to have to do a little bit more talking than that on defense.
I'm going to tell you, Michael Miller's feeling it right now, isn't he?
That's right. And it's all been real close to the basket. They're a very tall and long team.
They're tall and long, all right. And they give it back to Miller, and Miller throws it in there for a dunk, and that's a good time for a timeout. It's going to be a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it right here. This is the Miller show.
Yeah, 2 people scored for the Saints. McGoy, is that McGoy? And Michael Miller has 6, and McGoy has 4. You know, I saw
Miller had the assist on his
That's right. I saw that alley-oop coming for days.
Oh,
I
yeah.
seen it.
Yeah.
The point guard had the basketball. He pointed to the rim like, hey, why don't you just run up there and grab this and throw it down?
You know, I think that the Shawnee Saints have got the Stars' attention.
Absolutely. Now the Stars, we need to settle down right here, see how we can bounce back. You know, chip away.
And Jake Williams is going to have to invent some shots because they already know they're not letting him loose. Yeah. They know he's a shooter.
Yes, Coach Sparks for the Saints, they know who's a shooter on this team.
No, that one he should have taken. He should have shot that right off the bat.
Yeah, Jake Williams should have never hesitated right there. Should have went with the first shot.
And it was a walk. He fell to the floor, and when you fall to the floor, then you're going to get called for the walk every time. Kilder Gonzalez on the drive. Block on number
5.
Kilder Gonzalez at the line for 2.
And that's what you try to tell kids when you're driving. Drive off their shoulders. Never drive off the middle. Always drive off their shoulders. You may not should get the foul call, but you will most of the time. Into the ball game, number 1, Kendall Ivey is a 6'3" from Hyde Park, Illinois, sophomore. And he made them both.
Good job there by Kilder.
And a steal. Bianchi with the ball. Gives it to Walquist. I didn't see a walk, did you? Looked like
it. To me, it looked like he shuffled his feet just a little bit.
Oh, okay. But, I guess he did then.
Yeah.
We got away with it. It's hard to understand why a kid can't plant that one foot on the floor. I've never understood that. Hey, rolled around, he made it.
But as we see Bradley Walker go off to the bench, he has 2 fouls.
Into the ball game, Elijah Hearns. Now, if you saw that, folks, you saw the man protecting me.
That's
his number 1 job. Protect the old feller.
And protect our drinks over here.
Oh, yeah.
Don't want to spill them. So the Saints are in a little 4-out, 1-in also, just trying to drive, and Michael Miller does it again.
they're going to have to quit going for the first move and stand their ground. Pablo Bianchi, a nice roll.
We're going to need more of that from Pablo.
Pablo can shoot, and he's going to have to.
Very soft touch Pablo has.
Miller with the ball again. 33 with a nice little soft 5-foot bank shot. They understand the bank.
That's a good rebound by Anthony Lee and put it back up and in. 4 points.
Amongst the trees, put it right in there. It looked good.
It made that play look better when Pablo was out of control.
I'm telling you, we cannot stop them from shooting inside. They tried to steal it, number one did, and all he did was get a foul.
Yeah, I like that statement, what you said a while ago about them not shooting many threes. Everything's been right there in the paint so far in this game. All 8 baskets to make 16.
Yeah, that's and Mr. Sparks, the coach for Shawnee, had a little something to say to the referees, which is what they always do. That was an interesting attempt there. The only problem was he didn't have any idea who was there or where it was going.
Yeah, and again, another out-of-control basketball play. Another drive to the basket where you're out of control.
And they did the same thing. That's good. We need a little of that.
And when you go into the rim out of control, and even if you get fouled, most times they won't call it just because you're out of control.
That's right. 3-point shot up, no good.
Yeah, they have Jake Williams a little rattled so far this evening. That length sure will do it to you.
Definitely a little rattled. And DJ Williams coming in the ball game for DJ Washington for Jake Williams. Got my W's wrong. Bringing down the court, Satchel McDonald, number 10. And
number 4 with the illegal screen.
Yeah.
Was it?
Of course, that was away from it, so I didn't see that. But into the ball game, number 24, Richard Knox. He comes in for Darius McGoy. And they're trying to pick up token press. They're pressing the ball, but a foul on the play. Foul's on number 1, Kendall Ivey.
That's his second.
That's his second.
That's good news for us.
Yeah.
But you know what? It looks like the Saints are going to go pretty deep. They've already had 10 players into this ball game.
They've got a lot of good ball players.
They recruit from everywhere.
Yeah.
But I guess you can say that. We recruit from everywhere now.
Brazil.
Yeah. Venezuela.
First shot up good. Yeah. Brazil, Venezuela. Yeah.
Anthony
Louisiana.
Yeah. Anthony with 5 points so far in this game.
Georgia. And Fancy Farm.
If you didn't know where Fancy Farm was at, you might think that was clear across the country.
That's right. All right, 16-11 score. Trying to make them play a little smarter. That was a nice move. It was blocked, though.
I could hear us talking on defense.
Yeah. That was a nice save there. Anthony Lee. Whoa! Lost control. DJ Washington. And just take your pick. Yep. I think they both got him.
Whoever you want to pick on that one. I picked Anthony Lee. That's his first.
And that foul was on Anthony Lee. That's his first. That's only our second. We're in the bonus after this.
Yep.
And they're a long way from it.
We're chipping away back at that lead. 5-point deficit right now.
And the first one's up and good.
That's Shawnee's first free throw attempt of the game.
Yeah, we've just been letting them lay it in. We haven't been putting up enough of a fight to even say we've done anything.
Yeah.
Pablo Bianchi bringing it down. Gives it Wallquist. Wallquist. Little whirling dervish. That was a beautiful shot.
That was a great post move there by Andy.
That was really good.
I'm curious to see if they're going to take a 3 this game. If they can get inside like they have been, I don't think they need to.
Oh, Bianchi on Miller. I like that. Whoa, he got Pablo Bianchi.
Watch out. Yeah.
And dunk you very much. Dunk you very much. And Sparks is not happy, and the referee just shakes his head and commiserates with him. And the coach got that foul.
He sure did. Yep.
In the ball game, Zach Kimbler, and for them it's number 12, Darius McGoy, and who's the other one came in? I don't know.
Sorry about that. Yeah.
They're having trouble controlling the ball. Lee, shot up, no good. Wallquist with it. Three-point shots up and good. It's a tie game, folks. The Stars have come back.
Our first 3 of the game right there by Zach Kimbler. It was a good pump fake.
Good pump fake. And that's what you need to do. You know, if a guy's going to come out on you, you've got to. That was a sweet, nice, soft shot.
6 points for McGoy. Andy was looking to dunk it before he grabbed it.
And number 3, DJ Washington, put it in. Tied at 20. We have timeout in the court. We have a full timeout. Let's take a minute. This is West Kentucky Stars basketball action.
The WKCTC Clemens Fine Arts Center presents its 2015-16 Arts in Focus season. Winona and the Big Noise, Stories and Song. Patty Griffin, Sarah Watkins, and Anaya Mitchell. Barrage 8. For tickets, visit artsinfocus.org.
All right, folks, back here at Haws Gymnasium. Jake, I think one problem Shawnee has, and it's early in the season, and they've got a lot of freshmen out there.
Yeah, you know, we were just talking about that. We added it up. They have 11 freshmen and only 4 sophomores. So
they're
only going to get better.
And they have. Let's see. They have 3 freshmen starting and 2 sophomores. So that kind of tells you it's going to take a while to get things going for them. And this is a good time to be catching them. Hopefully it'll.
Yeah, and they still look pretty good.
Yeah, they look real good. But they're looking good close to the basket. We just can't let them run rampant inside.
It is good to see us not fouling as much.
And it hit the crossbar. It was really nice to dunk it like that. The only problem is he missed it. And, folks, that isn't the way. A coach is never happy with a dunk that doesn't go in. That takes away that high percentage shot. Now, we've got a couple good point guards out there now. We got Lee and DJ Washington. And Lee's with the ball right now. Back to Washington.
Coach Chumbler's wanting 2 people out there that can handle the basketball.
3-point shot up, no good. Miller bringing it down. Yeah, you know, they get away from that basket, it's a little bit tougher. He hit him on the hand. Yeah. Yeah. He definitely got him on the arm. It's a little bit slow whistle. I think if it had went, he might not have called that.
Absolutely. Yeah. Now he was waiting to see if it went in or not, but that was clearly a foul. He did hit his hand. That was right in front of us. We could see that one.
Yeah, it was easy. And, of course, Sparks is not happy, but before he started, he probably got in the bathroom and looked at himself in the mirror and practiced his we're away from home and you're just not treating us good talk, you know?
Every coach has that one.
All right.
Every coach has that one.
Miller throws it over to McDonald. McDonald with the ball. Back to Miller. Round and around.
They're
trying to get inside again.
Yeah.
Pablo and bless his heart, Walquist just.
That's Walker's second foul.
He doesn't. He just doesn't understand the reaching. Because there was no reason to reach that time.
No. You know, Andy, he's 6'7", and when he put his hands up, my goodness, he's tall. You know, he don't need to jump there in that situation.
Kevin Welch and Ben Dix into the ball game. Lee and Walquist out. The end of the ball game is for them 33. Ralph Bellamy. Three-point shot up. Man, that thing was so smooth you almost didn't see the net move.
That was pretty.
And, folks, we got a 4-point lead.
After the game started out 10-2?
Yeah. We were a little shell-shocked to start with, and we decided to quit letting them have that, and that's a walk.
Yeah.
And a lay-in. Reason I said that's a walk, folks, he jumped. That's 2 steps. The next time he moves a foot, that's 3 steps, right?
Absolutely. That's exactly right.
And Zach Chumbler with the foul, I believe. No, they gave that to Dix.
You know, Ken, I think it's very, very easy to see who's going to be the winner of this game, and that's going to determine if we can keep the Saints out of the paint. If they keep in there, you know, getting easy layups.
Yeah.
And
when they get in there, you can't just let them.
Yeah, you can't do the Olay and just let them go
you can't
bash
do the Olay, but you can't just foul them to be fouling. There has to be reason.
You can make it a hard contested shot.
Miller, look at that.
Yeah.
Ben Dix got lost.
10 points from Michael Miller. All, I think, layups possibly.
Well, they were all inside.
Zach Chumbler had great post-up position right there that whole trip. I'm not sure it was on the wing. He could have got to Chumbler, and then when it got reversed back at the top of the key, they hit him.
He did something there I really love. He got the guy up in the air and went up and took the chance for a 3-point play, but definitely 2 free throws.
You know, that is Chumbler's, that we know of, second good pump fake. The first one, we had a 3-pointer after it.
And you heard what Coach Sparks told his player. He said he is not scoring over you. In other words,
exactly.
Don't be a paratrooper. Stand your ground.
No.
You don't go up until the other guy goes up.
That's the thing. Just go straight up.
On your toes, wait for him to go up. As soon as he goes up, then you go straight up. If he doesn't go up, you don't do anything. And they had a little over and back, and the coach is shaking his head, and he says, golly, what are they doing out there? We have a 5-point lead, 27-22, 8:55 to go in the first half.
They don't.
And, well, yep, good call. You got to put it on the floor, and then you take a step. Drop, step, right?
That's right.
Basic basketball.
You know, if they would just listen to us over here. But, hey, the Stars doing good so far in this game. It was great to see them come back.
Nice tip by Miller.
Got 12 points on Miller. Again, us not balking out right there.
Back to Bianchi. Bianchi. Over to DJ Washington. Back to Bianchi. Oh, and I tell you, that is, it does. You want a man to make all his free throws, but you want him to go in there and get them in foul trouble. They have 9. We're going to be in the double bonus the next. He's shooting 2. We're going to be in the double bonus the next shot, and they're still with only 5, or we only have 5 personal fouls.
Yeah.
And they are fouling us.
That's where we
in the ball game. Kilder Gonzalez and number 4 Elijah Hearns for the Saints.
Yeah, that's exactly where we want Zach Kimbler down in the paint. He's 2 for 3 so far on free throws.
Nice shot.
Zach
Kimbler has really improved.
6 points.
Remember that first game? He was going in there and he wasn't under control. That was a lot of steps.
Yeah,
Kimbler. And Kimbler with the foul. That's his first? I thought that was his second.
That's his first.
His first. Wow.
You know, Kimbler, he's really letting the game come to him now. I can see it. You know, let yourself get into a rhythm of the flow, and you know, he started off with a great 3-point shot in this game.
And remember the first game.
Yes.
What I'm talking about, folks, he'd go up and he'd go straight into the guy, and he'd get it blocked. And before the game was over with, he started using his body to get between the man and the ball so that he was either going to get fouled or he was going to get a good shot.
Yes.
That's learning. Yep. Learning on the fly.
That's exactly right.
Satchel Armstrong. First shot's good.
Hard work pays off. I can tell that Kimbler's been putting in the hard work.
Yeah, he's a smart ball player, too. Because there's not too many that can adjust in a game like that.
The Saints are 3 for 6 from the free throw line, 50%.
Yeah, that's not going to make the coach very happy. Kevin Welch. Kilder Gonzalez goes up, fakes it, and lays it in. Mike Miller.
We need to stop his penetration. Right, just like that. Good job. We need to let someone else other than Michael Miller beat us in this game.
Yeah. Nice steal. Coming down the court, Welch. Oh, Ben Dix lost it. They're saying he knocked it out of bounds. I don't think that happened that way, do you?
I think I'm on the Saints side on that one.
Yeah, I am too.
It should be their ball. But, hey, we'll take it.
Oh, yeah. Kevin Welch. Boy, he got a lot of body.
That was a tough.
Oh, I tell you. Folks, we play big, especially on the offensive end, and that is, no, you can't let him take that shot.
No. We play big, but
steal. Kill. Oh, he was out of bounds. Ooh, they didn't say it.
The referee,
no, he didn't say it.
Down here.
He was walking. Well, that saved a foul because that was definitely going to be charging if it wasn't walking.
Yeah.
We have an 8-point lead, 33-25. We have a timeout on the court, and the Saints with a 30-second timeout. Let's take a 30-second break. This is West Kentucky Stars basketball action. All right, folks, back here at Haws Gymnasium, and let's just be honest with you, folks. The Stars started out very tentative. They let Mike Miller just go inside every time down the court, and we called a timeout, and I think he got everybody's attention.
Yeah, whatever Coach Chumbler said in that timeout really hit home. It lit a spark underneath his players.
3, 4, DJ Washington.
It's our third three-pointer.
The difference between us and them is we can shoot a three-point shot.
They haven't attempted
And
that.
there's a foul inside. It's on 32. He's big, and if he moves, there's a chance he's going to get a foul. The bigger you are, the easier it is to call.
You know, I'm not sure what Coach Sparks is yelling at, but everyone knows he's yelling about
I've
something.
got these earphones on, and he's yelling, but I didn't understand the word.
It's a little muffled, but it's loud.
Yeah, it's loud.
It's a loud muffled.
his players know what he's saying,
right.
and that's all
That's
that matters.
But Coach Sparks, you know, in previous years when I've played against him, you know, he really knows how to relate to his players.
Oh, yeah.
He gets their attention just like that, and they listen.
Zach Kipler at the line for 2.
And that foul was on number 32, Jay Harvey. That's his first. And we're in the double bonus, and he's going, Mr. Kemler's going to be shooting 2. He makes the first one.
That makes Kimbler with 7 points and 4 for 5 from the free throw line.
And I know, I don't want to speak for Coach Sparks, but I know that Coach Sparks is thinking, you know, hey, we're just not getting the calls like we ought to. But if you look at this game, the Saints are playing a little bit slow.
Yes. Which is the complete opposite of the way they started.
Nice tip in. Welch to Kilder Gonzalez. Wow! I mean, you talking about high off the glass. Wow.
Luck is in our favor right now. 12-point lead.
Well, if he hadn't shot it that high, he'd have got it blocked. You know?
That's right, yeah. He had to do that.
Mike Miller he's starting to press it a little bit, and Kilder Gonzalez. Whoa! Again, I don't think that's by accident. That was high off the glass again.
He didn't do it. 10 points for Kilder Gonzalez.
14-point lead with 5 minutes to go in the first half. Miller with the ball. And Miller's a little bit rattled. What Miller needs to do is make the rest of the team better instead of just continuously trying to go inside and being the one-man show. Washington coming down the court. Oh, he missed it.
But I like that. DJ Washington, he did get fouled right there, but he didn't complain about the call. He didn't complain about it.
And Mr. Zach Kibler got a blocking call. He thought he was there, but it looked like. And the thing I talked about earlier, that's a good example of it. He drove off his shoulder. Now maybe that should have been, but they won't call that.
Richard Knox at the line. He's 2 for 2. Make it 3 for 3.
Jake Williams into the ball game, and for the Saints, it's Kendall Ivey and Elijah Hearns. And Richard Knox going to go for his second one. And in the ball game is Pablo Bianchi and also Anthony Lee. Does Lee have 2?
Anthony Lee has 1 foul.
1, okay. Second shot's up, and it's good. Bounced around and went in. Into the ball game, number 12, Darius McGoy. And folks, that last name is spelled not McGoy. Jake Williams with the shot. It's 3-point, and it's good. And if Jake gets hot, they are in trouble.
That's his first basket of the game. Make it our
Ivy
fourth
just
three-pointer.
kind of dribbling around, and they're doing what I was talking about. These guys aren't shooting three, so you do not help them out.
Yeah, Coach Chumbler, he
Pablo Bianchi does not understand. I swear he doesn't. You cannot, when you're going, you look like you're straight up and you're tilting your hands forward, you're going to get foul called.
Yeah, easy.
Every time.
that's easy for the referees to see.
Whoa! I tell you, the last couple free throws have been made in there. Have been some interesting. Walquist is back in the game for Bianchi. That's his second foul. Hearn's going to try another. He wants us to go in the middle of the hoop. Well, it didn't. And Killer Gonzalez with the ball. I'll tell you, we got a lot of men, our big men that can handle that ball. There's a good example of that 5-second. It didn't matter what happened. Oh, that was, I'll tell you, that should have been a three-point attempt. He bumped him on that shot. He was lucky to make it. 16-point lead, 3:30 to go. You reached in, Lee, you reached in. You can't do that.
Anthony Lee has 8 points in this game.
And DJ Washington in the game. He'll come in for Lee. Lee, that's his second. And Lee says, geez, I didn't do anything, Coach. Well, you did. And we have a timeout on the court, and it's a 30-second timeout. Let's keep it here. How's the scoring going so far?
Very balanced, other than for the Saints. Michael Mortar, he has 12 points. For the Stars, it looks like Killer Gonzalez has the most with 10 points. So
Miller they put a little bit more emphasis on stopping him from driving to the basket, and he hasn't made any for quite some time.
Yes.
So they're doing a good job with that.
All of those points came in the very beginning of the game. Yes.
He had 10 of the first 14, didn't he?
Yes, he did. Yes.
All right. Satchel McDonald puts the second shot up. It's good. Or it's his first. There was some 1-and-1.
That makes McDonald 2 for 3 at the free throw line.
We have 3:32 to go in this first half, and we really need to keep this lead.
Yeah, we need to make sure it's still in double digits at halftime for sure.
DJ Washington coming down, gives it over to Dix. Back to Killer Gonzalez. Oh, and he's fouled on the shot. And if you ask me, folks, I couldn't see anything one way or the other. But he was doing the whirling dervish, and he was keeping that pivot foot down. And they didn't like it. But his pivot foot was strong.
Yes. Yes.
When you're doing that whirling around like that, you have to keep that pivot foot cemented to the floor. All right, he made his second. That's 15-point lead. 3:15 to go in the first half. Ivy. McGoy throwing it around the outside.
Now, this is the first time in a while the Saints are actually trying to get some movement down the paint. They've been just standing still.
Killer Gonzalez tried a little bit of acting. No good. Jake Williams with rebound. Brings it down the court. Here's Washington back to Killer Gonzalez. 3-point shot up. No good. DJ tried to get that underneath the steal, but he didn't.
That was a good, strong rebound.
Jake Williams bringing it down the court. gives it back to Kilder Gonzalez. Back and forth. And Ben Dix wasn't ready for it and wouldn't have caught it probably anyway. Into the ball game, number 23, Michael Miller, and number 32, Jay Harvey for the Saints. Shawnee Saints. You can't keep Miller on the floor, on the bench very long. He's getting tentative though. Just what I talked about. He finally got one. DJ Washington bringing it down. Back to Dix. Back to Kilder Gonzalez. Back to Washington. Back to Walquist. Just around the outside looking for somebody to get open.
That was a
Kilder
good back door.
Gonzalez. Well, I thought the Saints touched it, which would have taken away the, but I'm probably wrong.
No.
13-point lead, 1.5 minutes to go. McGoy on the drive. Nice driving layup.
Here is McGoy.
8 points for McGoy. We're right there at that 10-point mark here, about a minute to go.
You need a basket. Wow. Now that kind of shot amazes me.
Level of difficulty high. Great
Made
shot
it look
though.
easy though, didn't
Yeah,
it?
made it look easy. Left-handed too.
Yeah, they just busted him in the nose a little bit. Ben Dix with the foul. There's 51 seconds to go, and that pretty much everybody's in the double bonus. That's a second on Dix. And I think I just leave Dix in there.
Yep.
Now, you know there's one fellow that hasn't been in this game. Lawrence Johnson. Kevin Welch is in the game. Lawrence, this is not the kind of team that Lawrence needs to be playing against. Walquist moved it over to Welch down the court. Oh, he got it stolen away from him, and they're going to foul him. Well, I'll tell you what, they were lucky not to foul him right there. They were really lucky not to foul him there.
He just stopped right on a dime. Had a nice little floater.
Jake Williams. I'd take this thing down to quite a bit. I wouldn't be getting in a hurry. Kilder Gonzalez. And folks, there is a good example of what I've been saying the whole game. He knew that the way he shot that ball was not going to make it, but he also knew he was going to get a foul called on the other guy, didn't he?
That's right. Yeah, he just went up strong because he knew it was coming.
He knew that if he brought it around that guy's arm, he was going to get 2 free throws. First shot's up, no good.
That's just another example of Kilder playing taller and stronger and bigger than what he actually is.
That's right.
Great job.
Second shot's up and good. And we need to stop them from making anything now. Miller is in a hurry. 5 seconds. Shots from outside, no good. Washington with the ball. And we have an 11-point lead at halftime, 50-39. And folks, it's hard to explain how important that is right there. That 11-point lead.
Yes. And important to note, they did finally take a 3-point shot.
Yeah, and
Right
they missed
again.
it. All right, let's take a couple of minutes. This is West Kentucky Stars basketball action.
The WKCTC Clemens Fine Arts Center presents its 2015-16 Arts in Focus season. Winona and the Big Noise, Stories and Song. Patty Griffin, Sarah Watkins, and Anea Mitchell. Barrage 8. For tickets, visit artsinfocus.org.
All right, folks, back here, and we've got our stats guru coming this way, and we'll just give me an impression of what you thought of the first half there.
You know, it was a good turnaround by us. You know, right out of the gates, we got hit with a knockout punch almost right from the beginning, but, you know, we handled it. We sustained the storm. You know, we've calmed it down a little bit. We're under control now. You know, one thing I want to do is I want to brag on Zach Kimbler for a little bit. He's playing a phenomenal game right now. One stat that normally isn't kept in basketball is fouls drawn. I saw this at a Three Rivers basketball game before, and they kept the stats on how many fouls an offensive player drew. And I think Zach Kimbler right now is drawing a lot of fouls from the opposing team.
Him and Kilder Gonzalez.
Yes. And so, you know, and that gets them in foul trouble. That's exactly what we need. You know, so great job to both of those players.
All right, folks, let's take a 30-second break, and we'll be back with our stats guru, Gary McLean. He has all the stats you ever wanted. This is West Kentucky Star basketball action. All right, folks, back here at Haws Gymnasium, I'm here with our stats guru, Gary McLean. Gary, what did you think of that first half?
Well, that's hard on the nerves, let me just tell you. They jumped out to a big lead on us, and it's like, oh, man. And then all of a sudden we started hitting and knocking and kicking, and here we went.
Coach Chumbler called a timeout, and he got their attention, and Miller quit making every shot inside uncontested layup.
Exactly. And that's one thing that we were talking about at the scorers table over there, that we're letting them get too close into the basket, you know, and if we keep them out, they don't look like a three-point shooting team, but, you know, hey, I may be confused, you know, may be wrong, but.
Well, the one thing, when they're not shooting three-point shots, you want to loosen up on the outside.
Exactly. Yep.
And take away that inside drive. And that's what they did. And
yep.
The coach did a good job there. Tell us what happened in that first half.
All right, let's see here. We had Anthony Lee with 8 points. Kevin Welch played, didn't get to score. DJ Washington has 6 points. Ben Dix had 2. Kilder Gonzalez was a high man during the first half with 12 points. Jake Williams had 5 points. Andy Walquist had 3. Pablo Bianchi had 7. Zach Kimbler had 7, and he was doing a good job hitting the free throws for us and everything. And Lawrence Johnson didn't get to play during the first half. That's 13 of 20 2-point shots, 65%. 4 of 11 3-point shots for 36%.
That's good. And
12 for 18 free throws for 67%, 50 points here at the first half. 10 fouls on us were called during the first half there. For Shawnee, we had Ivy had 2, we had Hearns had 3, we had McDonald had 3, McGough had 6, we had Miller had 14, high for them. Knox had 6, Harvey had 2, and Bellamy had 3, for a total of 39 with 12 fouls during the first half.
And that Miller made 10 of the first 14 points.
Exactly.
And we slowed him down after that. And you could tell he was thinking about it.
Yeah, he really wanted to get in there and score just a little bit, but he just couldn't break around because we caught on. Evidently, the coach said, listen, he's the one doing the scoring, stop him. So that was great.
Yeah, and then he started trying to force some shots, and he didn't make them. And that's pretty much the story of the first half.
Yeah.
And I think it's important that we had a double-digit lead.
I think it's very important. We were up to 16 at one time, and right now we're at 11. But we got a little bit. Well, got a couple people not in foul trouble, but everybody's got 2 fouls. At Kimbler, Bianchi, Walchrist, Dix, and Anthony Lee all have 2 fouls each. Now everybody else is free and clear, so they can kind of bring it in the second half here, But I think also we need to give a shout out. Me and Jacob Scott and Mr. Ken here want to give a shout out to our former coach here, Mr. Daniel Posh. Glad he's watching on the TV tonight. Glad he's with us.
It's good to have him watching, and good luck, Coach. All right, folks, let's take a couple-minute break. This is West Kentucky Stars basketball action.
The WKCTC Clemens Fine Arts Center presents its 2015-16 Arts in Focus season. Winona and the Big Noise, Stories and Song. Patty Griffin, Sarah Watkins, and Anea Mitchell. Barrage 8. For tickets, visit artsinfocus.org.
All right, folks, back here at Haws Gymnasium with Coach Mike Chumbler. I had Mike Miller in my mind, and our cameraman faked me out there. All right, Coach, since I mentioned him, Mike Miller had 10 of the first 14 points and was really going in uncontested. You called a timeout. What happened?
Well, we were just letting him loose. I think everything he scored was in the paint, and we just lost him. And every time he'd score, I'd be like, one more, I'm going to call a timeout. One more. We finally got to that one more. And we adjusted. We did a better job of fighting him. We're still not playing the defense we need to, but it was better.
And they're not – we knew before the game that they weren't a three-point shooting team.
Right.
And they showed it. And I made the observation that you made sure that they didn't you stopped them from driving, uncontested.
And that's what we have to do. We have to keep them out of the paint, or at least if they get it in the paint, trap it. I don't think they've hit a three yet. And we have to keep them in front of us. And if we do that, I think we have a chance to win.
And if we get that Bianchi, to understand that you can't put your hands up and lean them forward. You're going to get a foul called.
Well, we have a language barrier on that when there's something.
Well, I don't know about that, but hey, what adjustments did you make at halftime?
Well, we're going to try to keep them out of the paint, and if they do get in the paint, then we're going to trap everything in there. They're overplaying everything, so we're going to try a little back door and try to get a little in the paint ourselves. And that's about it. Just be a little more vocal on defense. It's our home floor. We should be louder than anyone out here.
That's right. Zach Kimbler and Kilder Gonzalez really went inside and forced some fouls.
Right.
And I really like that.
Well, when you get kids that are as athletic as Shawnee is, they like to jump it a lot. And Zach can't jump. He can give a pump fake. He can't jump, but he's smart enough to draw that foul.
He reminds me of an old ball player by the name of Bill Lambert. You couldn't put a sheet of paper underneath him when he jumped.
You're right. That's a good similarity there.
All right, folks, let's take a minute break, and we'll be back with the second half action. This is West Kentucky Star basketball action.
The WKCTC Clemens Fine Arts Center presents its 2015-16 Arts in Focus season. Winona and the Big Noise, Stories and Song. Patty Griffin, Sarah Watkins, and Anaya Mitchell. Barrage 8. For tickets, visit artsinfocus.org.
All right, folks, we're back here at Haws Gymnasium. Our cameraman's trying to crack me up. I can't help it. Every time he gets ready to go,
He's trying to eat all that popcorn.
he's eating the popcorn, and he's doing his best to keep this game going here.
We have a good crew that just simply make us look better, don't they, Ken?
I'll tell you, our gal up there on the court shot, she's doing a good job. You can tell she's into the game, keeping track of what's going on, and we've got a couple real good people.
Yeah, we would call them by names, but we don't want to leave anybody out. So you know who you are. So thank you.
Yeah, that's right. All right, we're getting ready to start second half, and it's the Saints ball first. And we'll have to see what kind of adjustments they made. Miller with the basketball, being checked by Bianchi. Miller trying to get loose for a shot. Almost hit the baseline, but he didn't. On the drive. Good.
Here is
McGoy. And that's spelled Goughy. That's, you get McGoy out of that, you're doing better than me. But he said it was McGoy. Pablo. Over to Lee. Lee, three-point shot up. Hit nothing. Nothing at all. Miller. You got to put your hands up. Got to put your hands up. And the ball. Dribbled out of bounds. Now we need to get that double digit back. Lee with the basketball.
We started the first half a little sluggish, and it seems like we're starting the second half a little sluggish.
Pablo Bianchi. He's trying to say that it was touched by the other man, but I didn't see it. The coach and the referee didn't see it either. Miller with the basketball. He's really looking for something in there. McGoy back to 33 on the drive. And a nice little layup over the top. But that was good defense.
Yeah.
That's what we want. Want good defense.
Good defense. That was just a little bit better offense right there.
Yeah. Pablo Bianchi on the drive. And there's a foul. He knocked him down. I know the coach didn't think he did, but he went in and when he blocked the shot, he followed through and he knocked him down.
That's right. You know, it was clean up top, but you got to look at the body too, and his body definitely got him.
Yeah, and Bianchi coming over to
Pablo Bianchi at the line for 2.
wipe his hands off.
This will be Bianchi's first free throw attempt of the game. He normally goes there quite a bit.
Yeah, he's first shot up, good.
It makes him have 8 points for the game.
And second shot up, and good. And shooters can shoot free throws.
Soft touch.
Miller on the outside. Back to McGoy. And Bianchi's not too happy, but they're not going to call that. This isn't grade school.
Yeah. That was almost a little bit too easy there for Jay Harvey. That was his first bucket of the game.
Lee to Williams. Jake, no good.
I look pretty deep from over here. Good defense by Pablo. I'm not sure why he was trying to get that ball there.
I don't know why he was either. I guess he just figured if he yells, maybe sometime he'll get one.
But good effort. Good try there.
All right, Miller with the ball, thrown around McGoy. There's a pattern there. Miller gets it, throws to McGoy. Shots up, good. Bellamy.
I think that's their first outside shot they've made this game. Outside about 15 feet.
We need a timeout right now. Miller. Yeah. That's one of those that's easy to call.
Yeah. That's again. What about the first 4 minutes of the first half, and then about first 3 minutes of the second half? You know, where have we been at?
And it's a full timeout. Let's take a 30-second break. This West Kentucky Star basketball action. Back here at Haws Gymnasium. Pretty good crowd out here tonight, Jake.
That's right. You know, Shawnee and all the rivalry, they bring a lot of fans. They're loud too.
Oh yeah. Yeah, they're not bad.
That's right. They'll get out there and yell just like any coach would.
And that was a good timeout. We'll see what it could have been.
That's a 10 score, second, just like the first half.
Well, if we can turn it back around like we did the first half, that'd be Lee shot up, good, and he's fouled on the shot. And boy, that really easy. Folks, if you can do it, you ought to get out and do it because that's tough shot.
Anthony Lee has points in the ball game.
Jay Harvey with the second foul. Anthony Lee trying to complete a 3-point play. It's good. Back to a 6-point lead. Miller. Oh, I'll tell you, I thought he was going to take that one, didn't you?
He had a crease there.
Yeah. And Kilder Gonzalez trying to stop him from driving. Kilder doing a good job on defense. Giving them just enough room to keep them from driving. And he made and I'll tell you, Lee went Down. I don't know who he hit, but they didn't think it was any big deal.
6 early points for Bellamy in the second half. 9 total.
Jake Williams with the ball, gives it to Pablo Bianchi. Outside to Lee. No good. Ringing it down the court. McGoy. Stolen by Lee. Lee going in, and it's going to be contested. Oh, it'd been nice if he could have made that one. And that's on Miller. He didn't hit him as hard as I thought he would, but he just hit him hard enough to make him.
They're going to call that on the floor there as well.
Whoa. Well, that's interesting. And Pablo and Kilder couldn't figure out who wanted it, and Pablo finally went and got it. 3-point shot up. It's good! I tell you, we needed that one. We're making those, and they're not.
We've hit 5 threes as a team and from 5 different players. That's what you like to see.
Oh, that's beautiful. Don't get too close now. See, that's what happens when you get too close. He went in for the layup. Kilder was doing a good job. He wasn't getting too close. He jumped up on him, and he drove right past him.
18 points for Miller.
I hope he learned something from that. Jake Williams.
Little kick ball
Kicked
there
out of bounds by McGoy. Into the ball game, Kendall Ivey coming in for Javante Ellis. Lee, 2-point shot up, no good. That was not a good shot. It wasn't under control.
No. Led to an easy rebound.
McGoy going inside. Got to stop that.
12 points for McGoy. That was a good split by Anthony.
Ooh, he should have made that one.
Got to make them.
Bianchi. And
offensive foul.
Fouls on number 33, Ralph Bellamy.
That's his second foul.
In the ball game, DJ Washington for, and that's a good sub.
We're kind of in the same boat as the first half. The Saints have 4 fouls and the Stars have 0.
Well, that's all right with me. Pablo
Exactly
Bianchi over to Washington. Washington, a big first step. Nice pull-up jump shot. Nice shot.
8 points for DJ Washington.
Ivy with the basketball.
Good post position. Take it back out for the
That's
shooter.
a 3. Well, I guess it wasn't a 3 second, but it sure did look like it. DJ Washington with the steal. Goes in. Thank you very much, Bianchi. Back to a 7-point lead.
11 points for Bianchi.
You give him a little crack, he'll take it right to the basket.
And he'll dunk it.
And will dunk it. Folks, that's definitely not his first. And Bianchi did a good job not fouling him. Washington down the court. Over to Jake Williams. Jake with the 3-point shot up, no good. And Walquist with a rebound, put back.
He had great position right there.
McCoy. Boy, I tell you, folks, I can't help it. When Walquist misses his man, he makes the worst looking fouls I believe I've seen. Am I right?
That's his 3rd foul also.
Man.
McGoy goes back to the line. This is going to be his 3rd attempt. He had 2 in the first half that looked awful.
Well, let's see if he's well, he made that one.
He made the corrections.
Ben Dix is in the game for Walquist. Ben Dix didn't score in that first half, but he looked good on defense. Jake Williams with the shot. And it's a charging foul, and that was One of those no-brainers. 13 minutes to go in the game. We're up by 4, and they have the ball. We've made 2 team fouls, and they've made 4. With the steal, Williams, Jake going in, and it was a bad pass. McGoy. And that was a nice shot by Bradley Walker. That's about the farthest out that I've seen. And they called blocking on that, I believe, didn't they?
Yes, that's on Bradley Walker. That's his third.
Bradley Walker with the foul.
DJ Washington at the line. He is 1 for 2 so far this evening.
That hurt me, folks. We need to make those. Into the game, Richard Knox coming in for McGoy. It's up, and it's good. Ivy bringing it down the court, looking over the defense. Throwing it inside. Just stay on your ground, Dix. Nice shot. Nice shot by Bradley Walker.
Yeah. 2 consecutive buckets there for him. Makes have 4 points in the game.
I think they found something, and they're going to exploit it.
That little right-hand hook.
Kilder Gonzalez couldn't handle the ball. And a foul on the play. Foul was on DJ Washington.
Satchel McDonald back at the line. He was 3 for 4 in the first half.
Folks, this game is very simple. If anybody thought that Shawnee Saints were going to give up and quit, they just didn't know anything about basketball. Zach Kimler is into the game, and Kilder Gonzalez is going out. Give him a little breather. Second shot's up and good, and we have a tie game. Pablo Bianchi bringing it down the court.
That's a nice luxury to have when you got Pablo bringing the ball down the floor.
Washington. Little jump shot. Good.
That was a nice looking move. Good spin move there.
Nice shot. Nice shot. Dix does a good job inside.
He's a very strong player.
Pablo Bianchi gives it to Washington. Washington. 3-point shot up. No good. Kill. Zach Kimbler with the rebound. Tried to put it up, and he's fouled. That's just smart basketball right there. And that foul was on 24?
Yes.
Richard Knox, that's his first. We're now going to be in the bonus the rest of the way. Zach Kimbler needs to put this in the middle of the hoop. Up. It's good. How about one more right in the middle of the hoop?
That makes Kimbler 5 for 7 for the game at the free throw line. See if he can't make it 6 for 8.
That's good. Nice touch on that one. Ivy bringing the ball down the court, looking over the defense. Kimbler's got that inside man. He is on him. He needs to stay on him. And a 2-point shot up. It's good. That's as far out as I've seen him shoot.
Pretty at all.
No, but it went in.
Not to me, yeah.
Jake Williams over to DJ. DJ.
Yeah. And it didn't look pretty at all.
No, but it went in.
Not to me, yeah.
Jake Williams over to DJ. DJ on the drive. Back to Pablo Bianchi. Dix shot up. It's a three-point shot, and it's good.
That's our sixth
man with a three-pointer. Man. 33 put it in. That's not a three-pointer, though. Coach wanted one. Didn't get it. DJ, something inside.
It's a foul there on Bradley Walker. That's going to be his 4th foul.
You can't fight a guy inside like that. That hurt them because he was doing a pretty good job inside there.
He was just heating up down inside, having some great post moves.
But they did bring in Jay Harvey, and he's about half a head taller. So they didn't hurt too bad. I don't think Harvey's really had a big impact on the game so far, has he?
Jay Harvey has 2 fouls and 2 points.
Zach Kemp.
A good head fake by Ben Dix.
Oh, and put it in, and he's fouled.
And one.
Defense either, are they?
No, they're not. This is Ben Dix's first free throw attempt of the game.
Good. Folks, they're not playing very good inside defense either, are they?
No, they're not. This is Ben Dix's first free throw attempt of the game.
Good. And folks, it's back out to a 6-point lead, and we were tied at what, 74?
74, I believe.
I'll tell you.
No, they don't even have 74 points.
That's right. I was just checking to see if you were watching.
Hey, I was on my toes on that one.
All right, halfway through the second half, and we have a 6-point lead. Throwing it around, Knox. And nice rebound. And a foul on the play.
Right there, we was right behind the referee, and Ben Dix, who was playing great post defense, and the referee was yelling at him, no hands, no hands. You know, so the referees are trying to work with the players in this game.
Yeah, that's a third foul on Ben Dix. Oh man, I'll tell you, they've had about 3 or 4 of those that go straight up and go straight down into the ball. But they count, and
they count all the same. Okay?
Yeah.
Yep. Whether it's an ugly-looking shot or anything, if it goes through, it counts.
Pablo Bianchi throws it down to Washington. Back to Zach Chumbler. He was started to shoot it. A flat-footed 3, and it looked flat-footed.
Yeah.
Mike Miller coming down the court, gives it to McGoy. McGoy on the drive and the lay-in. Nobody doing anything. Ben Dix, back to Jake Williams. Jake Williams throws it in the corner. Back to Zach Chumbler. Zach Chumbler on the drive. And I think they missed that one.
Yeah, we're far away, but it looked like it should be the Saints basketball.
Yeah, that was not a.
Yeah.
But you know what, they were talking, so I wouldn't be surprised. No, I thought they might change that.
Might overturn it. Where's the replay booth at?
Yeah. Jake Williams, 3-point shot up, no good. And Ben Dix with his 4th foul. And he got him.
Yep. He was trying to be aggressive there and crash the boards, but a little bit out of control there. Got to over the back.
Kilder Gonzalez back in the game. And Ben Dix did a decent job in there while he was in there, especially his second half.
That's right, Ben Dix. I have him down for 8 points in the game.
Mike Miller bringing it down. Just keep him under control, DJ. He'll drive on you. Ivy back to McGoy. And they put a hand on him, and he went through the lane. And whoever it was, who was it?
Pablo
Bianchi. That's his 3rd. 8:40 to go. 3-point lead, Stars. McGoy with 2. No, that was 1 and 1.
Yeah.
He made the first one.
That makes McGoy 2 for 4 from the free throw line. 16 points.
Second shot up and good. We have a 1-point lead. DJ Washington over to Zach Chumbler. 3-point shot up, no good. And with the rebound, DJ Washington, he's fouled from behind. Who is that on? 23, Mike Miller? Yeah.
DJ Washington at the line.
That's his third.
I'd like to correct myself on that one. I had McGoy with 19 points. If I'm correct, having a great game so far.
DJ Washington at the line. First one's up and good. We're going to be in the double bonus the rest of the way. So it was good to make that one and make this last 1-and-1 attempt.
There's been a lot of free throws this game.
Yep. And it's good.
DJ Washington 4 for 6.
Mike Miller bringing it down the court. Don't get too close, DJ. You get close, he'll drive past it. McGoy and
Darius McGoy and 1.
And
Ken, I personally, I think that was the right call. It just looks bad on the referee because he waited about 5 seconds to call it.
yeah, and I believe he was inside that arc.
Yes.
And if you're inside the arc, it doesn't matter what happened. You're going to get you're going to get the blocking call. Tied at 77, folks.
McGoy is really turning it on here in the second half.
Well, he's picking up the slack from Washington, from Miller.
Yes.
Jake, no good. And got the rebound. Back to Chumbler. Chumbler, 3-point shot up, no good. Mike Miller bringing it down the court to McGoy. And he laid it in. And that's the first lead of the game, I believe, folks, for the Saints. And Chumbler was looking. Wow.
You know, McGoy, he is really turning on. It's important to note that he is one of the 4 sophomores. You know, he kind of knows the ropes. He knows what's at stake here. He's playing a really good second half.
We're going to have to get back under control on offense and on defense. We're getting too close to people like Mike Miller and letting Mike Miller make some plays that he can't make if we give him a little space.
That's right. And that's where they're going to beat us, is in the lane, making layups.
And a steal by Killer Gonzalez, and he finally gets control of the basketball.
Somebody just needs to grab the basketball. There we go. Wrong team, though. Pablo has 4 fouls. And the Saints are on their feet now. That was an electrifying play for them.
We have a timeout on the court. And it's a full timeout. Let's take a minute break. This West Kentucky Star basketball action. All right, folks, we're back here at Haws Gymnasium. Who's doing the scoring this second half here for both teams?
Well, for the Saints, it has to be Darius McGoy. He has 22 so far here in the game. And for the Stars, it's pretty balanced. I'm impressed with Ben Dix, the way he's playing so far here in the second half. And DJ Washington, it always seems that he gets those points some way, somehow.
All right, folks, we have to make some adjustments, and we have a 4-point deficit with 6:52 to go. Everybody's in the double bonus the rest of the way.
That's right. You know, Ken, every time there's been a timeout where the Saints have been on a run, the Stars have really responded. Let's see if we do it one last time, or, you know, to get back in this game.
All right, shots up. And it's good. Ivy. All right, Lee bringing it down the court. And Kilder Gonzalez with the ball. Gives it in to DJ Washington. No good. A reverse layup.
That was a great look by Kilder Gonzalez.
Over to McGoy. McGoy, a nice little jump shot. It's up and good. 7-point lead. 3-point shot up. It's no good. And Mike Miller with the rebound. We're not taking smart shots. We're not driving in. We're not getting anything. To Ivy. 3-point shot up. No good. Rebound up and in. They have a 9-point lead.
Did you see who tipped that one in, Ken?
No, I didn't see it.
Okay. It was all up there tipping that one in.
And a block. We have 8 seconds on the shot clock.
The Stars need to do something to slow down this momentum for the Saints.
Jay Harvey just knocked that thing silly. 3-point shot up. It's good. That was a big shot right there. We needed that one badly.
That's exactly what we needed to slow down their momentum.
And Mike Miller bringing it down the court. Being checked by Lee. Ivy with the shot up. No good. 32. Harvey with another one.
6 points for Jay Harvey.
Over to Kilder Gonzalez. Back to Zach Kimbler. 3-point shot up, no good. You could tell when it left his hands, it was no good.
We need to crash the boards there, trying an offensive rebound.
We're not trying anything inside. We're not driving on them. And there you go. Ooh, I guess he got, no, it's DJ Washington with the foul.
That's his second foul.
And they'll be at the line for the double bonus.
Michael Muller at the line for 2.
Mike Moore.
Mike Miller with 18 points is his first free throw attempt of the game.
Annie Walquist into the game. And number 5, Bradley Walker into the game. And they had to give Jay Harvey a little rest. He's been working hard.
He sure has.
Shots up, and it's good. And they have a 10-point lead. 4:44 to go.
The tides have turned.
DJ Washington, 3-point shot up and good.
3-point shot, DJ Washington.
That's our eighth three-point basket of the game, where the Saints have 0. We have the advantage right there. And it might be important for us to be able to shoot the 3 down the stretch.
Yeah, when we're open, we need to make the shot. And it's the Saints basketball. Mike Miller bringing it in. To McGoy. Ooh. That's a hard one to take there because I heard a lot of basketball.
I heard a lot of basketball, too.
It could have been over the top.
That's Anthony Lee's third foul, sending McGoy back to the line, trying to add on to 24 points.
But you have to credit the Saints, Mike Miller. He's understood that he's not making them. Give it to the man that is making them.
Absolutely. You feed the man that's hot. Just like when a shooter gets hot, you feed him.
And 9-point lead. Jake Washington bringing it down the court.
The Stars need to realize
Kilder Gonzalez.
we can't get it all back in one possession.
Now, he was driving on that man earlier. He's not driving on him anymore. 10 seconds to go on the shot clock. Lee with the drive. Lays it in. There we go. That's what I'm talking about right there, folks.
13
Get in
points
there.
for Anthony Lee.
Now we need some stops on defense. The Ivy. Back to Miller. Around the outside. Looking inside. And Kilder Gonzalez. Got him. Nothing cheap about that one.
They're attacking the basket, and they're going strong to the basket.
Kilder Gonzalez said, no, you ain't making that one. And I'm going to make real sure you're not going to make it. That was a hard foul, but you're not going to stop a guy that big without fouling a mark.
Bellamy at the line for 2. He has 16 points.
No good. That's a big miss.
Yep. I have him down as 2 for 5 at the free throw line. Big men still need to be able to shoot the free throws too.
Bellamy with his second shot. And it's good. 8-point lead. Lee bringing it down the court. To Kilder Gonzalez. Back to Washington. And it's good, and he's fouled on the drive. I think some of these kids are starting to understand what I've been talking about. You don't drive in the middle. You drive on the side, you get the call. In the game is Pablo Bianchi for Walquist. Now, Pablo's got 4, right?
Pablo has 4 fouls, yes.
We have DJ Washington trying to complete the 3-point play. And we really need these free throws.
Yeah, he has 18 points, looking for number 19.
DJ's had a good game. Good. 5-point lead for the Saints. McGoy back to Miller. They're playing a little zone out there, aren't they? 3-point shot up, no good. And they do us a favor anytime they shoot that 3.
That's right. Yeah, we want him to shoot a 3.
DJ, I'm surprised he didn't drive on him. Man, he had a good driving lane, didn't he?
Yeah. He just had to pull up for the 3 instead.
Yeah.
I mean, for the jump shot instead.
See, now you just saw something there, folks. A change in the rules.
In the rule book. That's right.
The coach was yelling for his player to call a timeout. That is a change. You can't call it from the bench. You got to hit somebody on the court to call it. Let's take a 30-second break. This West Kentucky Star basketball action. All right, folks, back here at Haws Gymnasium. And like we've been telling you in the broadcast, there are some changes in basketball this year. The 35-second clock is now 30. If you're on the dribble in the front court, you cannot be called for a 5-second call. Of course, backcourt too. No 5-second calls if you're on the dribble. If you pick the dribble up, you can get called for a 5-second call. And as you just noticed there, the coach cannot call a timeout. He was screaming at his players to call the timeout. I think that's a good change, Jake.
That's right. My favorite rule change is you can still dunk the basketball even if the referees are out. That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm not so sure about that one. Nagoy with the basketball. And it's a shot clock violation. Well, that's a term I didn't think I'd be using in this game.
What is about the 5th game in? That's the first one we've had.
Yeah.
That's probably going to be the last one we have, too.
Nah, we've had another one, but when you wasn't here. But this is something you won't see very often with this Shawnee bunch.
Got 2 high-scoring teams here.
Pablo Bianchi on the drive, and he got called for the charge.
Yeah. That's his 5th foul.
That's it. And there's no doubt about it. No doubt about it.
Pablo Bianchi fouls out with 11 points.
And Zach Chumbler is into the game for Bianchi. And he didn't have as good a game as I think we're used to him having.
Yeah.
So.
And that's because of foul trouble.
Yeah.
Put him off the floor.
Yeah.
He hadn't played as much tonight.
That was a player control foul, so there's no free throws. And Miller bringing it down the court. 5-point lead for the
Yeah, the Saints
Shawnee.
they're going to work this clock down. You know, clock is not in our favor anymore.
And we're going to have to come out of that.
Good strong
And Kilder
rebound.
Gonzalez. And, folks, I keep telling you. Oh, and Kilder threw it away. You mark that one down. If you don't win this game, that was a critical mistake at a critical time. If he'd have got that thing in where he needed, and we're back to a man-to-man. That was obvious that's what we're going to have to do. And throwing it around the outside. That was a walk. Drove that foot, didn't he?
He did. Yeah. Double dribble.
Double dribble. Double dribble. You know, the coach was right. He did hit him, but it was after the double dribble. Now, we have to make some points. We cannot go down the court without making points from now on. Lee, 3-point shot up, no good. And the rebound to the Saints. 45 seconds to go. Nagoy. I wonder if we know who to foul. And Zach Chumbler with and lay-in. Timeout. Timeout.
3-point game.
That's important. We're going to have to foul him now, though, because it's at the point.
Yeah.
It's 27 seconds to go. The shot clock is off. So.
Hey, we'll just keep it right here, and we can watch the Shawnee's the huddle. Coach Sparks, he's very enthusiastic.
He's saying
that's the way he relates to his players. Every
gets in their grill. He won't. He gets right up there, close and personal.
But hey,
he's trying to tell them, you don't put the ball down there where they can grab it. You got to keep it up away from them.
You got to stay strong, be in triple threat position. But hey, you know what? If your coach was in your grill like that, you'd pay attention to him.
I'd say you do. You better. You know, they can sit there and they can kind of act like, oh, the coach should. Well, the coach knows what he's talking about. This coach knows how to coach the game.
Yeah, the Saints know that we're going to be coming for a quick steal, and if not a quick steal, we're going to be hacking.
And we ought to know who to foul. That's important.
Yes.
Who you foul.
5 seconds, 5 seconds.
He knocked it off us, didn't he? Number 10 coming in the game, Satchel McDonald. He's coming in for
Bradley Walker.
Bradley Walker, all right.
You know, Satchel McDonald, that gets him another guard out there to go get this basketball.
Ivy bringing it down the court, and he's fouled by Kilder Gonzalez.
Ivy has taken 1 free throw this game, and he did make it. He has 5 points.
Little bit different situation now, though.
Yeah, when the pressure's on, it's a lot harder.
Now, if he makes one of these, we have to go down, and now we have to get down there, and we have to put up a quick shot, and the best, quickest open shot.
Who's going to take that shot, Ken?
Jake would be a good one, but we've got quite a few out there that can shoot. Just anybody that's open. Lee on the drive, lays it in.
That was good and quick, just like you said.
20 seconds to go, 3-point game, and it's a full timeout. Let's take a 30-second break. This West Kentucky Star basketball action. All right, folks, we're back here at Haws Gymnasium. 20 seconds to go. The Shawnee Saints with a 3-point lead. And McGoy bringing it in. Gives it to Ivy. And he's fouled by number 20, I believe. That's his second foul.
Yeah,
Jake Williams needs to be the one fouling. He's only got 2.
Well, as you just watched Kendall Ivy make his last 2 free throws, I'm going to say that, so hopefully he misses these 2.
I've never seen him miss in this situation.
That's right. He's 3 for 3 tonight. 4 for 4.
I'll tell you, they have made some bouncing razzmatazz.
Yeah.
A lot of their free throws have not been pretty, but they've went.
And, you know, on the other side, we've made some pretty circus shots, too. Yeah. The rim's been kind tonight.
5-point lead, 17 seconds to go. We got to get down that court. And he's fouled by McGoy.
Yeah, that's not what Coach Sparks
I have
wants.
no idea what in the world. And Coach Sparks is saying, what in the world are you doing?
Yeah.
Jake Williams at the line for 2.
That just
Jake
stops the
can
clock.
have 2 with the clock stopped.
Yeah. The Saints don't want to see the clock stopped.
And that and also a good free throw shooter too.
Absolutely. That is his first free throw attempt tonight, and he made it. He has 11 points. Jake Williams does.
3-point. And we have a timeout on the court.
Full timeout.
Full timeout.
Well, we're going to come with the same approach again. We're going to have to go for a quick steal. You know, it's the last couple times they've been trying to get the ball and bounce a little bit. It's pretty easy. You know, we need to put the pressure on the guards. You know, make sure that it's a hard inbounds pass.
They've been throwing a good inbounds over the top.
Yes, over the top. It's been about mid-court.
That's right.
And then we have to run, catch up to them.
And you have to learn from previous times up and down the court.
Yeah.
You have to take that away from them.
You got to keep your defender in front of you
That's right.
at all costs. Yeah. But I bet Coach Chumbler just told him that in the huddle, and we've tried this scenario about 3 or 4 times now, and the Saints have executed. So I think it's about time for us to execute our side.
That's right. That's right. And we need, and it's still 14 seconds to go. If you steal one, you get the first good shot. And it doesn't matter if it's 3 or not. We have plenty of time.
Yeah, 14
Folks, 14 seconds is a long time in a basketball
That's right.
game.
Absolutely.
And bringing it out in would be McGoy. And the ball was stolen, but it was knocked off the in line.
Great defense. Now Shawnee has called timeout.
And that's ours?
Our basketball. Anthony
Wow.
Lee tipped it. Whoever was taking out a bounce, he did not get back in bounce quick enough. So he was still considered to be out of bounds, I reckon.
First good shot. 13 seconds to go. You want to take the first good shot. If it's a 3, that's fine. If you have it in a good position with his feet underneath him and a 3-point shot, you take it.
Yeah.
If you have a layup, you take it. Because there's plenty of time to get this ball back.
There was one out of bounds play earlier in the game where Jake Williams took it out of bounds and it comes right into the near side corner. That's a universal play. Every team has that. So I guarantee you Coach Sparks addressed that to his team. Don't let the person inbound in the basketball, sneak right in and get an easy shot.
Right.
And Jake Williams is taking the ball out of bounds. Look for him to pop to this short corner right here for a 3. But I bet the Saints will be all over it. Yeah, Jake Williams going to come. It was set up for him to come back out.
No good. And they get the rebound. Killer Gonzalez with the 3-point. He's fouled of the shot. Holy cow. And he definitely got him. There wasn't no doubt about that.
That's right.
Wow. That is incredible right there.
I don't want to be a Debbie Downer, but it sure did look like Killer Gonzalez shuffled his feet right before the play. Kind of did a little hop step. But we won't look at that.
But
we got 3 free throws coming up.
They're looking at the top.
Yes.
Yes. It's easy
That's all they was looking
how many
for.
times you seen somebody shuffle feet like that?
Yeah.
All right, this is a chance to tie the game up, folks. And the first one's good.
13 points for Killer Gonzalez.
And folks, if you were watching this game and you're not enjoying it, then you just don't like basketball.
That's right. If you stuck with us, you like basketball.
Second shot's up. And he missed it.
Does he miss this one on purpose, Ken?
If it's me, I do. 5 seconds, that's not really enough time. And he made it.
He tried to miss it on purpose.
And he's fouled, so
Yeah.
1 second went off the clock. You got enough time.
We are going to have an opportunity to either win the game with a shot or tie the game with a shot, depending on these upcoming free throws.
And folks, I don't believe in this 4 seconds to go like this and not making them. You make your shots.
Yes, a lot of times you see the team shooting free throws here will miss a second one on purpose. If you make them all, they can't beat you. It'll just go to overtime.
Whoa, folks, that's the opening we needed right there. Now they know what they want to do. They have their shooters. I wonder if they have any more timeouts. There seems to be a ton of. Whoa!
Yep. Easy call.
And I don't. Boy, I tell you, how in the world you do that is beyond me.
Freshman mistake. When you time,
Put it up. Good! Holy cow, they won out on slant second shot. Holy cow, folks, that was unbelievable. They had the free throws. All they had to do was put them in. All they had to do was put their free throws in, and they were at least going to have a tie game. They missed the first one. The second one was a lane violation on the shooter. He shot the ball up, and he immediately went over the line, and that's a lane violation.
That's amazing. 7 West Kentucky Tech Stars hit a 3-point shot in this game. That is the winner.
I tell you, that just, and
Stars 99. Shawnee 97.
What a
I
great
tell you,
game for
that's
this
a
crowd.
big victory right there.
Great game for this crowd. That's going to keep people coming back to basketball games. That's what we needed right there.
And next Thursday at 7 o'clock will be John A. Logan. And I'll tell you, folks, I've seen some basketball games, but that was one heck of a shot. And who was that shot that?
Anthony Lee.
I'll tell you, that Lee.
18 points
when he's under control, he is as good as they come.
That's right. Exactly. When he's under control.
And every once in a while, he does get a little out of control.
Yeah.
And, folks, let's take a minute break and let us catch our breath. This West Kentucky Star basketball action.
The WKCTC Clemens Fine Arts Center presents its 2015-16 Arts in Focus season. Winona and the Big Noise, Stories and Song. Patty Griffin, Sarah Watkins, and Anaya Mitchell. Barrage 8. For tickets, visit artsinfocus.org.
All right, folks, I'm back here at Haws Gymnasium. I'm here with Coach, the victorious Coach, Mike Chumbler. Mike, what does this victory mean to you?
Oh, it's huge for us. I mean, it's huge for us. It's a lot bigger for us than it would have been if Shawnee, for them, if they beat us. Somebody was telling me before the game, or halftime maybe, they don't think that we've beaten Shawnee since the program came back. And that's huge. We've beaten 2 Division I junior college teams now. And our kids, I can't say enough about those kids. They just have heart for days. I mean, they're a joy to coach. I love those kids.
When he missed that first free throw, you had to sit there and say, my.
Yeah.
And then when he went over that lane, and folks, there was no doubt. He went over the lane before,
right.
And that violation gave you the chance you needed to set up and have a good shot. And what about that late?
Oh, his dad told me the other day that he's got 2 more players he wants me to look at. And I said, if you send me 5 more like that, I'll be happy. Now, you won't believe this, but somebody predicted on my Facebook page today that we would win this on a last-second shot because that's how Cam would have done it. And that just, hey, he was with us tonight, but Anthony Lee is a ball player. I love him, kids. I love those kids.
I'll tell you, that says it all right there, folks. I was proud of the way we played. We took away Mike Miller.
Yes.
Now, McGoy just went crazy inside. I mean, he went crazy in that second half. But you can't stop everybody.
No.
This is a heck of a team.
And D-Mac is a 6'5" Division I shooting guard. He really is. And I know D-Mac very well. And he played a great game. Now, I did something that you hate for us to do. I went a 2-3 there about the last 2.
Well, we went about a minute or 2 because we were in foul trouble. That's when you don't really have much choice.
Right.
But I'll tell you what, you knew when you had to come out of it.
Right. And our kids, the kids, good players will make a coach look smart. And they did today. I can't take the credit. Those kids, I can't say enough about it.
All right, let's take a 30-second break. We'll be back with some of the stars of the game. This is West Kentucky Star basketball action. All right, folks, back here at Haws Gymnasium, and I'm with the #1 star of the game, Anthony Lee.
How you doing, everybody?
What about that last shot?
Man, I can't even explain it. It's just the whole game I was off, and then I was just praying, for my aunt, just give me something. And then she just came through for me in the clutch when it mattered most.
I was really proud of you. My running buddy Jake Scott, he said, well, who's going to take the shot? I said, whoever's open. I said, all of them can hit it.
Yes, of course.
That's a big victory for this program, isn't it?
Yes, first time. Absolutely, it's the first time we beat Shawnee, they said. So, it's a big win.
Since we restarted the program.
Yes, sir. That's a big win for the team, for the school, also for our coach. And for fellow players from last year and the year before that. So, we just do it for the school mostly and just to get the school back on the map and get us ready.
Well, y'all played one heck of a game, and I'm proud to have you as our player of the game, our first one. We'll be back here with 3 more. Congratulations on that shot.
Thank you.
Let's take a 30-second break. This West Kentucky Star basketball action. All right, folks, back here at Haws Gymnasium for our second player of the game, DJ Washington. DJ, I thought you played an absolutely outstanding game.
Thank you,
when Lee was out especially. You were in there,
yes, sir.
Handled the point, and I was just really proud of your game.
Thank you, sir.
Now, speak up.
All right.
Don't be bashful on me. What did this game mean to you?
It meant a lot because, it meant a lot for Coach. And, Coach, he treats me like his son now, and I just cherish that. So I wanted to win this game for Coach, and that's what we done.
I'll tell you what, yes, What did you think about that last shot Lee took?
I knew I was gonna set him up great. I drove middle and let the defense collapse on me, and I kicked it to him, and I just gave him the best of luck with it.
I'll tell you what, it was a heck of an assist and a heck of a shot by Lee, and you played an outstanding game, and that's the reason you're our second player of the game.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, let's take a 30-second break. We'll be back with West Kentucky Star basketball action. Folks, we're back here at Haws Gymnasium. Final score 99-97, Stars victorious. And one of the reasons we were victorious is the man sitting next to me right now. Without a doubt, I think this is the best game you've had all year. What do you say?
Yes, I can agree with you.
I'll tell you, I think you've grown up a lot in this program.
Yes,
and this showed exactly what you can do on the basketball court, and I was proud of the effort. And what does this victory mean to you?
I mean, it means a lot to me coming as a freshman in my first year. The connection that I built with my coach and my team, and also Shawnee being the school that Cam went to last year, the game meant a lot to coach, so it meant a lot to me to go out there and get the win for him.
I tell you, it was an exciting game. What did you think about that last shot?
I actually thought I was going to miss it, but I mean, I have faith in my team. DJ and Anthony, they're clutch players to me.
Well, there's such a thing as faith and then, reality. And you said reality is I think he's going to miss it, but I got faith that he'll put up a good shot.
Yeah, but I mean, that's the type of stuff we work on a daily basis. We come in the gym 2-3 times a day before practice. We was in the gym for about 2 hours this morning and 2 hours before the game, and then we came back in at 5:30 and put up shots. That's stuff we worked on, man-to-man work.
Well, I was proud of the effort you put out, and I was just awful excited to see you play the kind of game I was sure you could play.
Yes, sir.
All right, that's our third player of the game, Mr. Dix. Let's take a 30-second break. This West Kentucky Star basketball action. All right, folks, I'm back here at Haws Gymnasium. I have my stats guru here. Was that exciting enough for you, Gary?
I think my heart's still beating fast. Let me tell you, that was amazing.
I couldn't, when he missed the first one, I thought, well, that's, nothing in particular wrong with that. But when he went over that line, I know you were sitting there saying, man, they could set this thing up.
Yeah. I kept thinking to myself, I said, okay, we're 2 down, 1 down, whatever it was, And it's like, oh my gosh, what are we going to do now? And like I said, when he went over that line there at the very end here, it's like, no, he didn't do that. Well, anyway, he did. So,
all right, give us a rundown on the stats.
All right, let's see here. Tonight we had Anthony Lee with 18. We have Kevin Welch, who played, did not get to score tonight. DJ Washington had 19. Ben Dix had 8. Kilder Gonzalez had 17. Jake Williams had 12. Anthony Walquist had 5. Pablo Bianchi had 11. Zach Kimbler had 9. And Lawrence Johnson did not get to play tonight for a total of 99. We had, for the game, we shot 70% for 2-pointers.
Wow.
Which is amazing. And 3-pointers, we had 34%. And
that's
for
good.
Free throws, we hit 14 out of 16 that second half of free throws.
That's
and
big.
we ended up with 76% on free throws tonight.
That's big.
That's amazing.
Big.
And let's see here for Shawnee, we had Ivy, who ended up with 9. Havens, where am I at here? Hearns, here we go. He had 3. Walker had 4. McDonald had 4. Mago had 26. We had Miller with 20. Knox with 8. Harvey with 4. And Bellamy with 19. If anybody's name wasn't called, they either played or didn't get to play or didn't score, whatever it was. So we're a total of 99 to 97.
That Bellamy and McGoy in that second half.
They were kicking it big time.
Miller didn't do much, but he got the ball to the people to make the plays.
Make the difference, yeah. In other words, if I can't score, well, I'll get somebody who can. So and that's what happened.
Shawnee had a heck of a game. They just made a couple critical mistakes at the end.
Yep.
And they're a good basketball team,
Yeah,
and they're young, and they'll get nothing but better.
Not taking anything away from their program. They've always got a great program, always have. I've been doing this for 7 years now. This is my 7th year, and I think this is our first time for us to ever beat them. So
first time since we
it's
started
exciting
back
in their
up.
respect, but like I say, that it definitely is not taking anything away from them whatsoever.
All right, folks, let's take a 30-second break. I'll be back with my partner, and we'll wrap it up. This West Kentucky Star basketball action.
The WKCTC Clemens Fine Arts Center presents its 2015-16 Arts in Focus season. Winona and the Big Noise, Stories and Song. Patty Griffin, Sarah Watkins, and Anea Mitchell. Barrage 8. For tickets, visit artsinfocus.org.
All right, folks, we're back here at Haws Gymnasium. What's the schedule like?
So we had tonight's game, November 7th. I believe that would be Saturday. We have a 3 o'clock game at Kaskaskia, and then
it's easy for you to say.
Yeah, I think so. I hope I said that right. Then we go down to Dyersburg State Community College down in Tennessee.
That'll be a toughie.
That's
both
a
of
tough
those.
basketball game there. And then next Thursday, we'll be right here with you with some more basketball action from Haws Gymnasium as we take on John A. Logan.
And that day, all veterans will get in free. So if you're a veteran and you'd like to come watch, come on down, and that'll be a good time to get in free. And
so I didn't mean to steal your thunder there. That's the last time the Stars play at home until January 16th. So come out here and watch the Stars play.
That's right. We get a little time off.
That's right.
Now, Jake, you haven't seen very many games any more exciting than that.
You know, that's a fun game to watch. That's a fun game to be a part of. That's a fun game to commentate. This is a game that we're probably going to be talking about next Thursday when we're back here in these seats.
Absolutely.
You know, that's a game that'll stick with you. That's a game that'll stick with this program for many years to come.
All right, this is Ken Dickerson.
Jacob Scott.
Our final score, the West Kentucky Stars 99. The Shawnee Junior College Indian Saints 97. This is West Kentucky Star basketball action.